You know, it's our natural instinct to try to understand how everything around us works. And throughout our history, it's this curiosity that's allowed us to make the best use of our environment and become as technologically advanced as we have.
There are, though, still plenty of mysteries and strange phenomena that defy explanation.
From puzzling geological formations to mysterious archaeological sites, these places continue to puzzle scientists around the world. So for today's video, we're going to explore 15 mysterious places that scientists really can't explain.
Number 15, Lake Maracaibo, Venezuela.
Lake Maracaibo in Venezuela has long been relied upon by local communities for its water and fishing, of course.
But there's a strange phenomenon that takes place there, and it's done for hundreds of years.
It's called Catatumbo lightning, and it's known as the everlasting storm.
It's a place where it's actually more likely to have a thunderstorm each night than not.
These storms can produce as many as 1 million lightning bolts per year.
And last for up to 10 hours a night, for 140 to 160 nights a year.
The lightning is usually visible for miles around and creates an almost otherworldly feel while it's taking place.
To make things even stranger, despite the continual study, there still isn't agreement about why exactly this phenomenon takes place.
It's believed to be the result of a unique combination of factors that are specific to the Lake Maracaibo region. With warm and moist air from the Caribbean Sea colliding with the cool air descending from the Andes Mountains. Along with the lake's topography. Whether this is enough to create the perfect conditions for the storms isn't fully clear, though.
And some researchers think it's also due to the oil reserves and the presence of other minerals beneath the lake itself.
Regardless of the cause, though, the Catatumbo lightning has become an important part of Venezuelan folklore and traditions.
And it's even found its way into literature, art, and music. It has, too, saved countless lives over the years.
And it's been so reliable throughout history that it was used by sailors and navigators as a natural lighthouse.
Guiding them safely through the treacherous waters of Lake Maracaibo and the nearby Gulf of Venezuela. Number 14, the Chocolate Hills, Philippines.
The Chocolate Hills, located on the island of Bohol in the Philippines, create a stunning natural landscape.
And with as many as 1,776 of them, have become one of the most famous landmarks in the country.
They get their name from their appearance during the dry season, when the grass covering the hills turns brown.
And begins to resemble a mound of chocolate.
It is an incredible transformation that takes place, and one that attracts people from around the world. The origin of the Chocolate Hills, though, is subject of a scientific interest and a local legend. And scientifically, there are still some missing pieces to the explanation of how they were formed. Geological studies have shown that they're the result of limestone weathering, erosion, and the uplift of coral deposits from an ancient seafloor.
And over millions of years, they've created these cone-shaped hills. Their precise shape, the large number of them, and why they aren't themselves eroding away isn't entirely clear. And it's still subject of investigation. There is, of course, an explanation beyond science, and there's a more romantic story from local folklore.
Legend has it that a giant named Orojo fell in love with a mortal woman named Aloya.
When she died, Orojo was heartbroken and couldn't stop crying.
And it was his tears that formed the Chocolate Hills as they dried and solidified under the sun.
The chocolate hills have become a popular tourist attraction in the Philippines, drawing visitors from far and wide.
And now there's a viewing deck called the Chocolate Hills Complex that gives unparalleled panoramic views of the wonders. It's there that visitors can climb to the top and take in the breathtaking sight of the rolling chocolate-colored hills.
That stretch into the distance as far as the eye can see. Number 13, the Zone of Silence, Mexico.
There are a number of places around the world where strange electronic phenomena take place.
But there's perhaps none as peculiar and legendary as the Mapimi Silent Zone in the state of Durango in Mexico.
Also simply known as the Zone of Silence, or La Zona del Silencio in Spanish. It's a remote area of the Chihuahuan Desert of Mexico. Covering an area approximately 1,500 square miles, or 3,800 square kilometers, it's sparsely populated. Arid landscape that's covered with unique rock formations and desert flora and fauna. It's just as you'd expect from a stretch of desert.
But what makes this one different is the number of accounts of electromagnetic disturbances and inexplicable occurrences over the years.
Probably the most famous of the peculiar effects within the Zone of Silence is its ability to disrupt radio signals and communication equipment.
Many have reported experiencing a complete loss of radio contact when traveling through the area.
But no one's entirely sure why.
Some theories have suggested these disruptions are the result of high levels of magnetic and mineral deposits in the region.
Only adding to the more out-of-this-world solutions is that there have also been reports of strange luminous objects in the sky over the region too. while these events are far less common than the electrical interference, they too are yet to be satisfactorily explained. As such a remote region, there have been extended investigations into what's causing these strange events. But it's hoped that one day it could be a sign that it's geologically and environmentally a special place. And that one could become very important in the future when we fully understand it.
Number 12. The Dancing Forest, Russia. Positioned on the Curonian Spit, which is a sandbank that reaches out into the Baltic Sea in Russia. There's an unusual formation that's baffled scientists and captured the imaginations of visitors. Known as the Dancing Forest, or Lesnoy Tsenets in Russian. It's a large group of trees that have grown in strange and completely unexpected ways. They are all pine trees, which should normally grow tall and straight.
But in this place, they take on bizarre and often whimsical shapes.
Their trunks can spiral like corkscrews, and their branches seem to contort in odd and almost surreal ways.
Some appear as though they're bowing or dancing, and the forest floor is covered with their mysterious shadows.
Which create a hauntingly beautiful ambience.
This isn't the only forest in the world where trees are known to grow in peculiar ways.
But most others have been simple to explain. In this dancing forest, though, the exact cause continues to elude researchers. But there are a few theories that have been put forward to explain it.
The most popular is that these deformities have been caused by the strong and persistent coastal winds that sweep across the Curonian Spit.
shaping the trees over time. The sandy soil and unique microclimate of the region may also play a role in how this interacts with trees.
But this would normally be expected to cause each of the trees to grow in a similar way.
Those in the dancing forest are different from one another, so there must be another factor that's influencing their behavior at work.
Number 11. The Devil's Kettle, Minnesota. The Judge C.R. Magny State Park in Minnesota is a beautiful region of protected natural beauty. But while it's popular with locals for the hiking trails and camping, it's most famous for a large waterfall called the Devil's Kettle. Not just because it itself is a stunning feature, but because there's an enduring mystery surrounding the water that passes over it. It's on the Brule River that flows through the park.
The remaining half continues to flow over the waterfall and continue as a river beneath.
The mystery, then, is what actually happens to the water that falls into the kettle.
Including conducting dye tests, dropping GPS trackers into it, and even throwing objects like logs and ping pong balls into the kettle.
With the hope that they'll re-emerge somewhere else. To their dismay, though, all of these objects vanish without a trace. Something that's led to rumors and legends of a series of vast underground tunnel network and hidden caves. What makes things even stranger is that just a bit further down, the river flow significantly increases. Which suggests that virtually all of the missing water does eventually return. But none of the objects, dyes, or trackers are known to have re-emerged. So it must be taking a convoluted route to get there.
One that with current technology, we're unable to fully chart or understand. Number 10. Naslaa, Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia is home to some of the most pristine and stunning desert environments in the world.
But while we now fully understand how most of these structures formed, there's one place that continues to mystify.
Around 31 miles, or 50 kilometers to the south of the Taima Oasis, is what's known as the Naslaa Rock.
Which, made of sandstone and around 20 feet high and 30 feet wide, stands perfectly upright, despite weighing several tons.
This would be unusual at the best of times, but to make things even stranger, the massive stone is split in two.